Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana. First I will show you a kind of like basic version that you can play with power chords and stuff. But actually Kurt Cobain played some pretty interesting chords there that go a little bit beyond normal power chords. We start with the chords first for the main riff. I just played for you in the intro. At first it's kind of like a clean sound in the very intro, and then it goes on. We kick in some distortion, some nasty stuff that really sounds something like this. But at first we kind of like take back that distortion and have kind of like more a clean tone there. We start with an F power chord. We use our index finger in the first fret of the low E string, and ring finger goes to the third fret of the A string. If you already have some experience, take your pinky into the third fret of the D string, so you have 3 strings going on. Okay? The next chord is kind of like the same, but just every finger is 1 string into that direction, down to the floor. First fret A string, third fret D string, third fret G string. And then we have the same in the, so this is the F power chord, this is the B flat power chord, and then we go again on the low E, A and D string to the A flat power chord in the 4th and 6th fret, okay? And then we do the same thing we did just before. We go 1 string down. This is the D flat power chord. So take a look at the index finger, kind of like gives the direction. First fret, and first fret A string, 4th fret, and 4th fret A string. It's so useful that your index finger mutes the upper strings. See, I play the power chord, the low strings, but the upper strings are muted. We need to make sure we only hear the upper strings when we want them to. So, same goes for the power chords that we play starting on the A string. There we have some more things to consider. We mute also the B and E string there, you know, the 2 upper strings. And we also need to mute the low E string with the tip of our index finger. You see? The A, D and G string are supposed to ring, but the low E string and the upper E string and the B string need to be a little bit muted. Okay, so you got those 4 chords. Now let's go to the rhythm pattern, which is pretty fun to do. As a basis, you should practice this and actually mute with your fretting hand and do just down, up all the time. It's down, up, down. Then we need chicky chicky, dead notes. We just take the pressure off our fretting hand, but we still are in touch with the strings. So we only have muted strings. Chicky chicky, chicky chicky is down, up, down, up. On the next chord, we played 2 times downstrokes with the B flat power chord, and then open strings. So we have time to move to the next chord, to the A flat power chord. But let's do the first 2 chords together. Then we go to A flat and do the same. Down, up, down, chicky, chicky, down, down, down. Again on the D flat 2 times down, and then open strings. And this also goes for the part with distortion. You know, this is just about rhythm. This is so important, and if you have trouble with this rhythm on high speed, just practice it first on just 2 power chords and then make the shift. Then we have the kind of like verse, which is pretty easy. It starts just with index finger, 1st fret B string, and middle finger, 1st fret E string, and you just pick 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This hello, hello, hello part comes, you just play hello, hello. It's always just B, E string, B string, E string, B string, E string. With the lights out. And then we go back to our riff. It's less dangerous. Then we have like the post-chorus. It's F power chord 2 times, and then you just lift up the index back to the F power chord and F sharp power chord. So it's F, F, E, F, F sharp. I do a bending with my middle finger in the 3rd fret of the G string, kind of like a halftone bend. Hey. And then you do again F, F, E, F, and then B flat 2 times, A flat 2 times. Actually, Kurt Cobain is playing the chords like this. It's kind of weird. He's barring, actually. First of all, he's playing with the index in the 1st fret of the E string, and then he bars with the ring finger over the A, D, and G string. So you kind of like hear slightly the G string, but it's not very loud. It's just, you hear kind of like an F sus chord. It's very barely noticeable. Take a close listen. It's really fun to hear. Then you play the B flat power chord and you do the same on the A flat. So it becomes an A flat sus4. And then the D flat power chord. This is just a tiny little detail, but it makes so much fun.